the fund flow of the group. Na?
Good morning, everyone.
Yes, Dhoni, good morning.
So, with the permission of the chair, then we will proceed.
Please proceed.
All right, sir. Good morning, shareholders. I, Ms. Dhwani Fatehpuria, Company Secretary of the company, welcome you all to the 33rd Annual General Meeting of the shareholders of Sumedha Fiscal Services Limited. Before I hand over to the chairman to start the proceedings of this AGM, I would like to highlight certain points here. Due to COVID-19 pandemic, the Ministry of Corporate Affairs and the Securities and Exchange Board of India, via their respective circulars, have allowed companies to hold the AGM through video conferencing or other audio-video means during the calendar year 2022. This AGM is accordingly being held through video conference in compliance with the circulars issued by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs and SEBI. Further, as per the said circular, the requirement of sending the physical copies of annual report for the financial year 21-22 to the shareholders has been dispensed with. Accordingly, the annual reports for the financial year 21-22, along with the notice of 33rd AGM, have been sent by electronic means only to all the shareholders whose email IDs were registered with the company's registrar and share transfer agent depositories. All the shareholders who have joined this meeting are by default being placed by the host on mute for conducting this meeting smoothly and seamlessly. Now I would request Mr. R.L. Gaggar, Chairman of the company, to chair the meeting and start the proceeding of this AGM.
Thank you, Dhwani, and welcome. Good morning and namaskar. Welcome to the 33rd Annual General Meeting of Sumedha. Before we start the business, we would like to introduce all the directors and other KMPs. I am R.L. Gaggar, presenting Kolkata from my residence. Dr. Vasudev Sen.
Dr. Sam
He is not there. Mr. Ramesh Rangal. Mr. Rangal,
Yes, sir. I have attended, sir. Namaskar.
Next. Uncle, you are muted. Uncle, you need to unmute yourself. Yeah, now it's fine.
is it all right? Mr. Vijay Maheshwari,
Services Limited from my Calcutta office.
Mr. Prasant Shekhar Panda,
I am Prashant Panda, attending the AGM virtually from my Bhubaneswar office.
Mr. Anil Kumar Birla,
Sir, Namaskar, this is Anil Birla and I am speaking from my residence here at Bangalore.
Mr. Bhavani Sankar Rathi. Is he there?
He will join soon, Uncle. There is
Okay. Mr. Vijay Murmuria.
Namaskar, this is Vijay Murmuria from Calcutta office.
Girja Maheshwari, Garima Maheshwari. Garima, are you there?
She is joining
Okay.
from Bombay.
Then Dhwani, our secretary, Dhwani Fatehpuria.
Good morning, everyone.
and Mr. G.L. Dadich, Chief Financial Officer.
Attending the 33rd annual general meeting of Sumedha Fiscal Service Limited from Gitanjali office.
Chairman
Calcutta.
sir, you missed me. I'm Shantanu Mukherjee and I'm joining this meeting from Hyderabad.
Thank you. Now, in addition to the above, Mr. Sunil Singh, the statutory representative of the his Indian company is present. Mr. Anil Kumar Lab, practicing company secretary, and Mr. Ashit Kumar Lab are present. They are participating in the meeting. I now request Dhani Patapuria, our company secretary, to provide general instructions to the shareholders regarding participation in the AGM.
Thank you, sir. Facility for joining this AGM through video conference or other audio-visual means is made available for the shareholders on a first-come, first-served basis. The Register of Directors and KMP, the Register of Contracts or Arrangements, have been made available electronically for inspection by the shareholders during the AGM. Some of the shareholders have registered themselves as speaker shareholders for the AGM. Accordingly, the floor will be open for those shareholders to ask questions or express their views once announced by the Honorable Chairman. The moderator will facilitate the session once the Chairman opens the floor for Q&A. On announcement by the moderator, the particular shareholder will be unmuted. Before speaking, shareholders are requested to click the Start Video button. It may be noted that the company reserves the right to limit the number of members asking questions depending on the availability of time at the AGM. We would further like to request the shareholders to limit their questions, views to 3 minutes only. Shareholders can also post their views or questions on the Question Answer tab on their video conference screens during the AGM. In case members face any difficulties, they may reach out on the helpline numbers provided in the notice. Now I would like to request our chairman to continue with the proceedings of the AGM.
Thank you, Dhwani. The company has taken all feasible efforts to enable the shareholders to participate in this AGM through video conferencing facility, and in providing electronic voting facility during the AGM. I thank all the shareholders, colleagues on the board, auditors, and the management team for joining this meeting over video conferencing. Dear shareholders, namaskar and good morning. The overall Indian economic activity and outlook has recovered gradually after initiation of COVID-19 and surpassed the pandemic levels. As per projections from the International Monetary Fund, the Indian economy is expected to deliver a growth of 8% during the financial year 2023 and about 6% during 2024. These estimates and projections have pegged India as one of the fastest growing major economies in the world. It is in this prospect of realizing possibilities that keeps one invested in the path of the progress. The strong long-term outlook, structural changes within the financial services, landscape and policy framework have set the stage for sustainable growth. Our efforts during 1921-22 were channeled towards building resilience, scale, and creating lasting value for our shareholders. Gentlemen, investment banking continues to be the focus area for the company as one-stop solution to major value-added services. The services covered include merchant banking, loan syndication, financial restructuring, resolution of stressed assets, merger, amalgamation, and placement of securities. During the year under review, the company's total income stood at about 5 crores, as against 19 crores in the previous year, while the net profit for the year under review stood at 2 crores, 2.5 crores, as against the net profit of 830 in the previous year. While net profit for the year under review stood at 259 crores, as against net profit of 8 crores in the previous year. The drop in the profit for the year was mainly due to major increase in the value of stock and shares in previous year and non-culmination of certain high value fee assignments during the year. The earnings per share for the financial year 2021-22 was rupees 3 as against 10 in the previous year. While our resilient operating model experienced and strengthened leadership team, strong capital adequacy, comfortable liquidity position, and robust risk management processes, we are confident of pressing ahead for a better future. We remain well equipped in leverage the growing opportunities in the Indian financial services sector and can stay ahead of the changing industry dynamics. We aim to deliver for our customers and clients, create a great place to work for colleagues, support society, provide consistent returns to the shareholders. As we target sustainable growth for our company, our stakeholder will be able to grow with this. We believe that good corporate governance is a product of culture and conscience, and for the profitability and growth cannot come at the cost of this. Our focus on compliance and assurance functions is unwavering, and every aspect of compliance is adhered to all extent. We ensure that every commitment given to the shareholder and to the regulators is complied in full form and substance. I would end by thanking all my colleagues who have given their unstinted support to the company, and despite the two most trying years in the history, and all our stakeholders who have continue to keep the faith in the management. Business full stop. We will continue the business and profit goals in full compliance and keeping the morality and ethics of business in our mind. And we would like to move forward for all your support and sustainable support. Thanking you and wishing you pujas well in advance. Thank you. Mona. Dhani, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, thank you.
Sir, should I take it forward?
Yeah.
All right. Notice of the 33rd Annual General Meeting along with the annual report for the financial year 21-22 were sent to the shareholders electronically. With the kind permission of the chairman, I am taking them as read. There are no qualifications, observations, or adverse remarks in the statutory auditor's report on the financials of the company for the financial year 21-22 and the secretarial auditor's report. Therefore, with the kind permission of the chairman, I take the statutory auditor's report and the secretarial auditor's report as read. I now take up the resolutions as set forth in the notice of the 33rd Annual General Meeting. Resolution number 1. To receive, consider, and adopt the audited standalone financial statements of the company for the financial year ended 31st March 22, together with the reports of the Board of Directors and auditors thereon. Resolution number 2. To receive, consider, and adopt the audited consolidated financial statements of the company for the financial year ended March 31st, 2022, together with the report of the auditors thereon. Resolution number 3. To declare a dividend of ₹1 per equity share of the face value of ₹10 each of the company for the financial year ended March 31st, 2022. Resolution number 4. To appoint a director in place of Mr. Anil Kumar Billa, who retires by rotation in terms of Section 152 of the Companies Act 2013 and being eligible offers himself for reappointment. Resolution number 5. Reappointment of statutory auditor for the second term of 5 years. In compliance with the provisions.
Thank you. Please, no, please.
All right, sir. In compliance with the provisions of the Companies Act 2013 and SEBI listing regulations, the company had provided to all the shareholders holding shares as on the cutoff date of 10th September 2022, either in physical form or in demat form, the facility to exercise their right to vote on resolutions as set out from item number 1 to item number 5 in the notice of the 33rd AGM through remote e-voting platform provided by CDSL. The remote e-voting facility was available to shareholders from 14 September 2022 9 a.m. onwards to 16 September 2022 5 p.m. Electronic voting facility at the AGM is being made available to enable members who have not cast their votes through remote e-voting to exercise their voting rights. The e-voting window shall be activated upon instructions by the chairman during the AGM proceedings. The members attending the meeting who have not cast their vote by remote e-voting can exercise their right at the annual general meeting through electronic voting facility. Shareholders are requested to follow the procedure of remote e-voting as explained in the notice of this AGM. Shareholders may please note that there will be no voting by show of hands. Further, since the meeting is being held through electronic mode, no proposing and seconding of resolutions will be there. The company has appointed Mr. Ashit Kumar Lal, practicing company secretary, to act as a scrutinizer for scrutinizing the remote e-voting and the e-voting process at the AGM in a fair and transparent manner. The results will be declared on or before September 18, 2022, based on the scrutinizer's report after considering the e-voting done today by the members participating in this AGM and also the remote e-voting already done by the shareholders. The results would be published on the company's website and will also be uploaded on the websites of stock exchanges, BSE and CSE. May I now request our chairman to continue with the proceedings of this AGM.
Thank you, Dhani. The e-voting window shall now be activated for allowing the shareholders to vote during the AGM. Shareholders are requested to follow the procedure of remote e-voting as explained in the notice of the AGM and also by the secretary. Next, now I open the floor for questions and answers, and Mr. Vijay Murmuria, one of our directors, will be answering all the questions which may be put forward by the shareholders. Thank you. Now,
So we shall take it forward with the moderator for the speakers now.
Okay. I am announcing the name of the speaker shareholders one by one and would requesting the control to unmute them. Serial number 1, Mr. Bimal Krishna Sarkar.
Is he there?
Hello.
Yeah.
He's not there. Okay, go ahead. Call the next name.
Sir, video is not available.
Oh, is there?
Hello. Hello. Am I audible?
Bimal
sir?
Babu, are you there?
We are able to see you, hear you.
अच्छा,
Bimal Babu, please.
Very good morning, sir. दुग्गर जी.
Good morning.
Very good morning. आप कैसे हैं? आपका तबीयत ठीक मानूं?
Good.
Okay.
Hold on.
मैं बिमल कृष्ण सरकार. मेरा रेसिडेंस से कलकत्ता से बोल रहा हूँ सर. और कंपनी सेक्रेटरी धोनी पत्री जी की उनको भी धन्यवाद देता हूँ सर. जितना डायरेक्टर साहब प्रेजेंट है उनका भी धन्यवाद देता हूँ. और सर सेक्रेटरी डिपार्टमेंट में आशीष मुखोपाध्याय बहुत कोऑपरेट करते हैं, इसलिए उनको भी धन्यवाद देता हूँ सर. ये सर देखिए ये कई सालों से चल रहा है कोविड-19 पेंडेमिक और उसके बाद लॉकडाउन एक्सेट्रा सर कोविड-19 का जो थर्ड वेरिएंट ये सब चलता है. यूक्रेन रशिया का वार सारे एडवर्स पोजीशन में हमारा कंपनी जो रिजल्ट लेके आए हैं ये ब्रिलियंट रिजल्ट लेके आए हैं. इसलिए दुग्गर जी आपका पूरा टीम को मैं दोबारा धन्यवाद देता हूँ. तारीफ नहीं करेंगे तो अच्छा नहीं होगा सर. देखिए ये जो रेवेन्यू फ्रॉम ऑपरेशन ये इंक्रीज हुआ है सर. टोटल रेवेन्यू जो इनकम हुआ है वो इंक्रीज हुआ है 183.35% सर. इज ए वेरी रिमार्केबल सर. सबसे बड़ी बात यह है फाइनेंस कॉस्ट को रिड्यूस किया गया है. थैंक यू सर. सर ये जो हमारा जो प्रॉफिट इस साल थोड़ा रिड्यूस हुआ है इसका कारण है सर परचेज ऑफ स्टॉक इन ट्रेड शेयर्स एंड सिक्योरिटीज. सर ये बहुत पैसा लगाया गया है सर. इसके बारे में थोड़ा हम लोगों को हाईलाइट कीजिएगा किस तरीके से शेयर और सिक्योरिटीज लिया गया है. इसके बारे में थोड़ा हम लोगों को जानकारी देंगे तो अच्छा रहेगा. क्यों इसका कोई नोट एनुअल रिपोर्ट में है नहीं है सर. प्रॉफिट थोड़ा रिड्यूस हुआ है तो उसका कारण मैंने बता दिया है. जो हम लोग जो इन्वेस्ट किया है इसलिए प्रॉफिट थोड़ा रिड्यूस हुआ है. कोई बात नहीं सर. CSR एक्टिविटीज देखिए सेक्शन 135.5 कंपनी एक्ट के नियम अनुसार जो 7.42 लाख हमारा ऑब्लिगेशन था और हमारा CSR कमेटी ने खर्चा किया है. पूरा पैसा खर्चा किया है. सबसे बड़ी बात यह है कि कोविड-19 में हमारा कंपनी का एक रोल थे. हम लोग को वैक्सीनेशन का कैंप तक बनाए थे. इसलिए बहुत धन्यवाद सर. प्रोमोटिंग हेल्थ केयर के लिए जो टाटा मेडिकल सेंटर को कैंसर हॉस्पिटल को दिया गया है सर ये बहुत अच्छी बड़ा काम हम लोग किया है सर. कैंसर आज बहुत बीमारी ऐसा फैलते जा रहा है कि ये बहुत हम लोगों के लिए खतरनाक दिन आ रहा है सामने सर. सब कुछ ठीक है. CSR कमेटी को मैं अप्रिशिएट करता हूँ. मेरा एक सजेशन है सर देखिएगा जो लोग स्पेशली एबल्ड पर्सन जो है थ्रू CSR कमेटी के थ्रू उसमें कुछ किया जाएगा तो अच्छा रहेगा सर. ये मेरा सजेशन है. एक बार सोच लीजिएगा देख लीजिएगा सर. जितना रेजुलेशन है मैंने इनका फेवर में ऑलरेडी ई वोटिंग कर दिया है. और सर एक प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है आज सर. NSDL से नहीं सब घुस पा रहा है सर. इसलिए NSDL में हम लोग तो ई वोटिंग कर दिया है मतलब हम लोग ये नहीं कर पाया वो अटेंडेंस नहीं दे पा रहा है. आज प्रॉब्लम चल रहा है सर. इसलिए मैंने 2-1 आदमी मेरे को टेलीफोन किया मैं NSDL से घुस नहीं रहा हूँ सर. उन लोगों को देख लीजिएगा. उन लोग ऑलरेडी ई वोटिंग कर दिया है सर. ये हमारा रिक्वेस्ट है कोई फैसिलिटी होगा उन लोग जो वोट देगा तो उन लोगों को सारे फैसिलिटी दिया जाए सर. आपको लंबी उम्र दे सर. आपको इतने उम्र में आप जैसे काम कर रहे हैं ये सचमुच ये तारीफ की बात है ये सर. आप सुस्त रहिएगा. आपको लंबी उम्र दे ये भगवान से प्रार्थना करता हूँ सर
Thank you.
आपका आप नहीं सर, आपका पूरा टीम जितना डायरेक्टर साहब है, कंपनी सेक्रेटरी धनी पतिप्रिया जी और आशीष मुखोपाध्याय, जो बहुत सारे जो एम्प्लॉई है, सब सुस्त रहेगा, ये भगवान से प्रार्थना करते हैं। मेरा वक्तव्य खत्म करने जा रहा हूँ। सर मेरे को जो बोलने का मौका दिया है इसलिए धन्यवाद देता हूँ। सर दुग्गर जी आप सुस्त रहिएगा, आपको मैं बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूँ सर, इतनी उम्र में जो काम कर रहे हैं। थैंक यू वेरी मच सर।
Thank you, Mr. Sarkar. Thank you, Bimal Babu. Thank you. Next.
Okay.
The next speaker is MS Lily Pradhan. Ms. Lily Pradhan.
Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible.
Hello. Okay.
Yeah.
Very good morning, respected all chairpersons and all viewers. I am very happy to know that the company's performance is developing a lot in nowadays after COVID-19 pandemic situation. I have some specific question in present situation. What is the aim and object of future development in all over country? What is the planning for CSR activities on challenging persons? What is the vision and mission? Thank you so much. All the best.
Thank you, Mr. Next.
The next speaker is serial number 3, Mr. Ashit Kumar Pathak.
He has not joined the meeting.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Thank you.
Sorry. Call the next name.
Next, serial number 4, Mr. Goutam nandy.
Sir, am I clearly audible?
Right.
Yeah, you are audible.
Yes. How are you, sir?
সব ভালো নন্দী স্যার।
ভালো আছেন তো স্যার? Sir, okay, sir. I'm studying. Sir, good morning and namaskar. Respected chairperson, board of directors, and my online fellow shareholders. Myself, Goutam Nandy from Kankurgachi, Kolkata. Very old equity shareholder of Sumedha Fiscal Services Limited. Sir, firstly, I like to give thanks to your secretarial department for sending me annual report and other necessary relevant papers through email well in advance. And also thanks for connecting me in this VC platform in a very smooth manner. So especially thanks to our respected company secretary, Ms. Divani Pradhan, and our whole team for rendering very good services to our minority shareholders. Sir, you are organizing your annual general meeting through video conference for the 3rd time, which is a grand success like the previous years. Sir, your annual report is very attractive and also very informative, which is self-explanatory. Sir, in this context, I like to suggest please issue hard copy of annual report, at least to the speaker's shareholder. And please also mention the speaker's serial number with your link, which you have already provided in this year. Please maintain it, sir. Sir, we are passing through a very tough and pandemic situation, COVID-19, Russia, Ukraine war, etc. Every company is suffering very much. But I find in this challenging year, our company's performance is very good. You are also giving dividend to our minority shareholders. और डिविडेंड में कोई सर छोटा बड़ा कुछ नहीं होता है। डिविडेंड हम लोग के लिए एक रिवॉर्ड है। डिविडेंड ही है, हम लोग के लिए एक रिवॉर्ड है। सो थैंक यू फॉर द डिविडेंड इन दिस टफ मार्केट सिनेरियो सर. Sir, I like to ask, what is your roadmap for the next 3 to 4 years? Sir, एक चीज कहना है सर, अभी आपका शेयर का फेस वैल्यू है 10 रुपया पर 10 rupees per share. Is there any plan to split up your share from rupees 10 into rupees 5 or rupees 2 or rupees 1, something like that? Please let us know, sir. Sir, I like to know, अभी जो कोविड सिचुएशन फिर कभी बढ़ रहा है, have you given the dose to your each employee of your company? Because the employees are the pillars of our company. और अभी जो सिचुएशन है सावधानी में रहना ही ठीक है, इसीलिए मैं सजेशन दे रहा हूँ. Sir, आज ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं कहना. I am very proud to be a shareholder of your company, sir, and I am very hopeful towards the prospect of our company. हम लोग का जो सर और सर एक चीज, हम लोग का जो शेयर आपका सेक्रेटरी डिपार्टमेंट आशीष मुखर्जी भी है, बहुत अच्छा आदमी है सर. We are very pleased with his behavior, sir. I have full tasks, sir, with our strong management, sir, and so I wholeheartedly support your all resolutions. Not only me, along with my family, I have already casted through the voting in favor of you, obviously. Sir, I am very happy with your company, sir. Nothing to say more. Looking forward with a positive outlook towards our company with higher profit margin, handsome dividend, and return. Sir, may God bless you, sir. Stay safe, stay healthy. Sir, I'm leaving this year. There are so many meetings today. So, signing off. Goutam Nandi, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
All the next.
Please unmute serial number 5, Mr. Abhirup Nandi.
Mr. Abhirup Nandi has left the
Yes, yeah.
meeting.
Okay. Please unmute.
He has left.
Okay. Serial number 6.
Next meeting.
Serial
Please.
number 6 is Mr. Sujan Modak.
Is he there?
Mr. Suman Modak.
You can hear me, sir?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good morning, sir. Respected Chairman, other Board of Directors, sir, I'm Sujan Modak. I'm joint holder with Suman Modak, sir. Sir, I'm attending this meeting from my residence in Kolkata, sir. सर नमस्कार सर, रतन सर नमस्कार आपको सर. आप सुस्त रहिए, हम ये चाहते हैं सर. सर हमारा जो कंपनी का परफॉर्मेंस है इस साल बहुत ही अच्छा हुआ है सर. टोटल इनकम सर बढ़ गया है एंड प्रॉफिट भी अच्छा हुआ है. वी हैव गिवन सर डिविडेंड आल्सो. सीएसआर एक्टिविटी भी सर बहुत अच्छा है सर. सर हमारा कंपनी का जो मर्चेंट बैंकर्स है और इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंकिंग में हम लोग है, तो सर इसका थोड़ा दिशा दिखाइए. नेक्स्ट 2-3 साल के लिए कैसे मतलब रहेगा, थोड़ा बताएंगे तो सर अच्छा रहेगा. गाइडेंस थोड़ा मांगता है सर. और सर बहुत अच्छे से आप लोग सर चला रहे कंपनी, इसलिए हम लोग सच में सर बहुत ही खुश है सर. और बिफोर आई फिनिश मैं ये कहना चाहता हूं कि हमारा कंपनी सेक्रेटरी फतेहपुरिया मैडम सच में हम लोगों का सर अच्छा कनेक्शन रखते हैं, सही टाइम पे हर चीज भेज देते हैं. इसीलिए आई वुड लाइक टू थैंक आवर कंपनी सेक्रेटरी एंड ऑल्सो इन हर टीम मिस्टर आशीष मुखर्जी सर, वो भी हम लोगों का सर अच्छा कनेक्शन रखता है, तो इसीलिए उनको भी सर थैंक यू देता हूँ सर. सर आज सीडीएसएल एनएसडीएल में बहुत प्रॉब्लम चल रहा है सर. बहुत शेयर होल्डर्स का सर अटेंडेंस नहीं हो पा रहा है. कहीं कहीं सीडीएसएल चल रहा है, कहीं एनएसडीएल चल रहा है, बिकॉज इट इज सैटरडे दे आर गोइंग ऑन अंडर मेंटेनेंस. तो ये थोड़ा ध्यान में रखिएगा. बहुत लोगों ने फोन किया, दे कुड नॉट बी एबल टू अटेंड दिस मीटिंग. ओवर टू यू सर. थैंक यू वेरी मच.
Thank you. Will you call the next name, please?
Right. Next, serial number 7, Mr. Joydeep Bokshi.
So Joydeep Bakshi has not joined the meeting.
Okay, I am calling the next serial number 8, Mr. Otanu Shah.
He has also not joined the meeting.
Okay, and the finally last serial number 9 is Mr. Amit Kumar Banerjee.
Sir, he has left the meeting.
Okay, over to Chairman, sir.
With the permission of Chairman.
Yeah, Mr. Murmuria, please answer please.
Yeah, with the permission of
Yes,
Chairman, some of our valued shareholders have given certain queries. One of the queries was our activity towards CSR and whether we are doing some disabled persons. So I would like to point out of the 3 done, one was towards the Voice of World, which is towards disabled children, and there the park was revamped. So wherever we feel like we have done for Loreto education to the girls, Tata Memorial, COVID, and this. So wherever we feel there is a merit in CSR, and all these are valued organizations where we are doing the CSR activity, the close supervision of the CSR committee. So we continue to be there in the doing the same thing to the society at large. Next is shares and securities details. As is evident from the balance sheet, that a substantial, I would say, it is about 30 to 40% would be towards shares and securities. We are totally in sync with the board policy that we are putting not everything into shares and securities. Quite a few of are into debt mutual fund and fixed deposits, as well as our offices. So there is a policy and we are well within that policy. Our financial costs are very, very meager because we are practically a debt-free company. In terms of split, one member had asked, so we are looking into the possibility, but so far it is at a very preliminary stage and cannot be, but we will definitely look to add value to the shareholders wherever and whatever way it is possible. On the roadmap to next 3 years, the company continues to play a dominant role in the investment banking, loan syndication, restructuring, private equity. So in that area, whatever new opportunity arises, we participate and look into it. And then with the able guidance of the board, we are able to grow the business in such direction. So we continue to develop least risk model and get into our service industry more on the debt side in coming future. I think with these are the main questions which were asked. We are definitely on our toes to keep the company running and do well for our shareholders. Thank you, and back to the chairman, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Murmura. The shareholders may note that the e-voting will end after 15 minutes from the conclusion of this meeting. Shareholders who have not cast their vote yet are requested to do so. Further, I authorize Pani Fatehpuria, our company secretary, to declare the voting results and upload the results on the websites of the stock exchanges and publish on the company's website within 48 hours from the date of the end of the meeting. The resolutions for items under consideration as set out in the notice shall be deemed to be passed today, subject to receipt of requisite number of votes. I thank all the shareholders for participating in this AGM. I'm also grateful and thankful to all the board members and auditors for their participation. I now request all the board members and auditors to log out from the meeting. I now hereby declare the proceedings of the AGM as closed. Thank you all. Wishing you all the best. And once again, thank you for participating in the day.
Thanks everyone, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chairman, sir. Thank you.